And when the Syrians saw that they were smitten before Israel, they gathered themselves together. And Hadarezer sent and brought out the Syrians that were beyond the river. And they came to Helam, and Shobach, the captain of the host of Hadarezer, went before them. And when it was told David, he gathered all Israel together, and passed over Jordan, and came to Helam. And the Syrians set themselves in array against David, and fought with him. And the Syrians fled before Israel. And David slew the men of 700 chariots of the Syrians, and 40,000 horsemen, and smote Shobach, the captain of their host, who died there. And when all the kings that were servants to Hadarezer saw that they were smitten before Israel, they made peace with Israel, and served them. So the Syrians feared to help the children of Ammon any more. 2 Samuel 10:15-19. Behold the inner David, your Christ self hears the clamor of doubt beyond the river of ordinary consciousness. Those Syrians are the fears and old beliefs amassed in Helam, the high place of wounded memory. You, as David, gather the 12 tribes of your being, mind, heart, will, imagination, and their silent companions, and you pass over Jordan, that current of change, into the field where these legions await. When the Syrians close in, they are but shadows of yesterday's failures. Yet they flee before the living Christ in you. 700 chariots, those rigid vehicles of intellect divorced from faith, are struck down. 40,000 horsemen, emotional phantoms galloping through wounded thought, fall to your blade of trust. Even Shobach, the captain of that host, collapses at your feet. The dying ego yields to the one true self. See, each victory is not of blood, but of belief. With every foe dissolved, the kings who served Hadarezer, your limiting convictions, bend the knee and bring you tribute. They serve the kingdom you build within. No longer will fear of Ammon's host or any outside influence disturb your peace. This ancient triumph is repeated in you. One being that once fell into death now rises in you, and in all, yet you ascend in your appointed hour. Your imagination is the battlefield and your faith the sword. Cross your Jordan daily. Let the Christ in you marshal every part of your soul. Victory is already yours. When every hidden king of doubt makes peace and serves your inner Israel, you stand crowned, not by earth's vain honors, but by the divine name conferred upon the risen one. Rest now in silent knowing. The great host within is subject to your sovereign trust. In this brief battle narrative, the Syrians beyond the river symbolize unconscious thought forms and old beliefs that mass against your conscious David, your awakened I am. Crossing Jordan represents the moment you shift from ordinary self-awareness into a higher state of realization. Helam, the high ground where the Syrians array, stands for the peak of inner conflict, where subconscious fears and self-doubts assemble to challenge your true identity. Viewed metaphysically, each advancing chariot and horseman is a charged thought or emotion. As David smites 700 chariots and 40,000 horsemen, you are witnessing the annihilation of limiting belief systems by your steadfast imagination. David's victory is nothing less than the creative act of assuming the state of your risen self. By fighting, you align attention and feeling on the victorious outcome. By slaying, you dissolve every obstacle in your mind's landscape. This passage reveals your innate power to govern every aspect of your inner kingdom. The defeated Syrian kings finally make peace and serve Israel, indicating that once hostile thought forms are converted into cooperative allies. You possess the divine prerogative to transmute fear, anger, or old hurts into fuel for your upward evolution. In David's triumph, you see the pattern of your own self's victory over limitation. This practical bridge invites you to begin by noticing a single recurring negative thought or emotion as the inner adversary that calls for your attention. Once this resistance comes into view, gently shift your focus inward and cross your own Jordan by pausing in silence, anchoring yourself in the simple yet profound awareness that you are already victorious. As you rest in that victorious stillness, allow the image of inner chariots to dissolve before you, feeling each limiting belief soften and melt away beneath the radiant light of your imagination. Then, with compassion and clarity, Invite peace into those old patterns by speaking or writing the words, "You are now my ally and serve my highest good," letting them settle deeply into your consciousness. Sustain this sacred momentum by affirming each day, "Every part of me is aligned with divine life." In reenacting David's inner campaign in this way, you discover that you are both the general and the kingdom. And every triumph in Scripture gently reminds you that the scepter of creation rests within your own mind.